Get going. Welcome to another episode of Saving Arcana. This is us. Hello, everyone. Yay!
Hey!
So, episode 21. I'm ready to rock and roll. I'm ready to get right into this. I want to give a couple quick shout-outs to everybody. I want to say a big thank you to my players coming back for another time. Lot in store for today. I want to say thank you to everyone as we just passed by the 500 downloads of the podcast, which is awesome.
Yay.
Thank you so much for our listeners. You guys are incredible. And as we just keep growing, it's going to be incredible. YouTube, we keep putting up the episodes. So episode 20 just went up 2 days ago, so go ahead and check that out on our YouTube. And we did an after session as well as some one-shots. The one-shot will be up this week, and the after session is already up. Go check it out if you want to. If not, it's just a cool way to kind of get into the mind of everybody and just kind of show our feelings about the show and things that are happening. So we're trying new things. Again, trying a different layout for the videos, you can see. Woo! But past that, we're going to pretty much get right into it. I'm your DM, John. Thank you, everyone, for listening to my horrible voices and this terrible voice acting this entire time. I appreciate it. Start us off.
Hi, I'm Voquis, Firbolg Ranger, level 7, ready to get into the action.
That's right, level 7. So the thing that you guys didn't hear is we actually leveled up again. It was a choice that they had to make whether or not to level up now or go some sessions without some level up, and they needed that little bit of boost. But they did not heal yet, so they will do that in the next big rest. Next up.
Hi, I'm Alex. I play Steve. He's an extremely depressed tax accountant, and he does magic sometimes.
Love it. He's so depressed. It's so good. It's so good. But we saw Manic Steve last episode. And
Manic Steve
is
very good.
So wonderful.
That was a curveball from the left side. Like, I was like, oh boy. All right, was not expecting that.
I'm Dustin. I play Bruce. He's lovable barbarian giant man that loves everyone and just happy to be alive. So, right now, anyway.
Right. And I'm going to give a quick shout out to one of the most creative things so far. That we've done some really weird and creative things, like throwing the cat in like episode 3 and some just random and zany things. But the jousting so far with Oscar against the dragon was probably one of the more creative things I've heard in a long time. So big shout out to the Russian. Go ahead. Kick us
What's
off.
up, adventurers? Nick here. I am playing Balrog, level 7 as well as everybody else here. Thank you for your creative comments. I appreciate it.
It was a hell of a last episode. I think it really came together for a lot of reasons, and I feel like we're starting to get like a really good flow.
Yeah.
As you guys can probably tell, that's just a little bit more fun in general. Mark everybody on the sheets. You all get inspiration for such a great episode. So what that means for everybody is that they have the ability to spin it at any time. Anytime they roll a d20, they want to actually re-roll, they can at any time. So they all have one inspiration. So thank you, guys. We're going to get right into it, and we're going to do some interesting, new, fun things. So is everybody ready?
I'm ready.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Oh. I'm ready for some sweet, sweet D&D action, and these are my wonderful people, and I'm so appreciative to be DMing for such a great group. Thank you so much for being here, and let's go ahead and get into today's episode of Saving Arcana. Go ahead and start us off. Voquis, tell us exactly, out of character or in character, what your character is feeling in this exact moment from last session.
So correct me if I'm wrong, we just finished fighting all these big dragons, and are we still in or out of combat?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, so we're in limbo of combat. Voquis is at 14 hit points. She is exhausted. She is in a lot of pain. She is feeling not great. She is missing home. She's missing family. She has lost a lot, and she's just really sad and she just wants to go home. She wants to go to bed.
So to catch everybody up, if you haven't watched the last episode, what happened essentially is they just fought off 3 young dragons, and it took them to the brink. They almost died. And it was a pretty dire situation. The storm is raging, winds, high winds, lots of rain, thunder and lightning is happening everywhere. We ended right when the last dragon died. Steve.
I think Steve is on a declining adrenaline high where the doubt and fear is starting to creep in. He hasn't. Okay. It's like Popeye. He hasn't opened up a can of accounting in a little bit, so it's just.
I like it.
It's just going down.
I like it a lot. Okay. Bruce.
Bruce is super confused. Almost just got his butt kicked just now, and is kind of walking around going, he thought he was invincible, but apparently he's not. It was a bit of realization for him.
No one's invincible in
No
my
one's
game.
invincible. So Bruce just took a hit to the ego.
That's interesting. Is it more the fact that he's just not feeling that he actually thinks he's invincible? Like his character thinks he's actually invincible?
Bruce thought that he's nothing could hurt him, and now he's been getting messed up a lot, so he's kind of doubting himself now.
It's interesting.
So to the point to that though, Petrol also demolished your hand.
He did.
So I feel like in that moment,
that was the first hit for his ego.
In that moment, you're like, oh my gosh, a robot is significantly stronger than me.
Balrog, how you feeling?
I think that he's got a lot of mixed emotions. I think. I mean, he just lost Petrol. He does have a very nice bond between, similar to how him and Oscar are. So he's certainly, I would say, anxious to see, where's Petrol going, and is he ever going to come back? This, that, and the other.
Sure.
So he's certainly worried about the rest of his friends in the group, and I think from there, that's how he's feeling.
I like how he's just slowly turning into like a weird D&D Pokemon trainer. Just
slowly.
Got my spiritual ostrich and my robot friend.
And Jeff.
Got
Jeff in there too. You guys are getting animals. I don't know how I'm going to keep.
We're gonna start our own gym.
Ooh, I like that. And so your DM's feeling. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not going to get into that.
How does God feel?
Yeah.
Well, I tell
Have
you
to go
what.
through every NPC and let us know how they're all feeling.
Well, they're all pretty sad. So I'm going to turn on some tabletop audio real quick and really try to dive this in with a little bit of world building before we get right into this. The dragons that descended upon the town have smashed 4 of the 7 buildings. Clock Tower and 2 buildings are actually standing left. There are 3 giant young dragons laid slain amongst all the rubble. There was less than 30 to 40 of these gnomes. I can't remember the number off the top of my head because I'm a terrible DM. There are young, old, children, men, women, gnomes everywhere. There is dead. The smell of rain is keeping the stench away. There is blood and rubble. The storm itself has not let up. The portal begins to descend back down and lands on the ground. Sheldon is helping Jax up, trying to get him into the clock tower. Multiple people are moving towards the clock tower amongst the rubble. There's cries for help. There's people who are crying. There are people who are just slain. It's not a good situation from this attack. As you guys see Sheldon destroy the dragon, and you have this fun moment between him and Jax, the reality of the situation starts to sink in. This is Sheldon's family. Where he was on a high from fighting is now realizing that over half of his family are passed away. They, without really sounds, no alarms, you just hear the shuddering sound of the rain and the thunder crackling and lightning passing and forking throughout the sky, brightening up what no one can see. There's no torches out here. There's really no lights. It's just the darkness. So every time lightning strikes, you see the outline of the rubble and the dead bodies and the dragon itself. A few minutes pass where you guys have just finished and Sheldon's taking these bodies in. People are emerging from the rubble. Some people went down into the mine shaft for safety, so you hear that crank system coming back up as the elevator rises. And as you guys are starting to pick yourselves up and take a bit of a breather, lightning crashes all behind you in this super bright light, and it strikes about 50 feet from the actual town. And all of a sudden, you all look because, one, if you've ever had lightning strike next to you, it, one, catches your attention. It's the loudest noise you've ever heard. And it's all been up in the sky. None of it's landed. And it lands, and as all 4 of you spin around in complete darkness, the light brightens, and an outline of an elder dragon is unfurled its wings the size of the town, completely silent. And as the lightning fades, you see an eye open and an eye open. And that is the only thing that you see at this moment. A bit of scared, I can imagine, but I'm not going to speak for your characters. This is, you've turned around, and this is what you've seen. The one last thing I will say, when I say it is the size of the town, its wings were unfurled wide, and the outline is 180 feet across between the wings. The body stands sitting higher than the entire town itself. The head that looked like a building in size is 60 feet in the air, and it's just looking down upon you. I want you to tell me what's either going through your mind or an intention. I'm going to go around the table. Who wants to go first?
I would like to cast Cure Wounds on myself.
Cure Wounds. Go ahead and do it.
Steve's going to try to use message to ask the dragon for a swift death. I'm laughing, but that's not a joke. He's
Okay.
terrified.
Okay.
Bruce is going to look around and see if he can find one of the ballistas. Because it's like a crossbow, right?
So
how original.
the ballistas were exploded, or they were
I
all,
was wondering
the
if it
actual
was done.
ballistas were destroyed from the breath weapon. There's a couple of the long 9-foot
Yeah.
iron bolts left, but they're
I
on
was
the
hoping to
ground.
hatch the
You're
giant
going to
breath
have to
stuff.
find them.
Yeah.
It's nighttime. It's pitch black out in the storm. You don't see any that are around you. If that answers your question,
So,
purely intention or what
Yeah.
you're thinking at this point.
okay. I'm going to do what I can to help everybody get up. So anybody that's around us that needs help, I'm going
Okay.
to try to help them back
Okay.
up.
Balrog.
I'm going to try to go with that plan as well. I think that Oscar will be out at this time as well, trying to maybe start shuttling people into possibly a safer area.
Just a bit on that. Oscar got damaged and was put back.
Was he? Okay.
Yep. So in the time that has passed, man, words today. You're not going to be able to bring him out just yet.
Okay. All right.
But you're
so-
just going to be helping people.
Yeah.
Okay. Cure wounds. You healed up.
Yeah, and I'm
Okay.
gonna help them.
You're going to cast message on the dragon.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What are your words?
Make it quick, please.
You're going to hear a voice only when the thunder crackles around you. And you hear the voice around your ears. Have you ever taken your hands and talked, but kind of like this, so it sounds like it's reverberating?
Yeah.
Every time there's lightning and thunder, that's only when you hear the voice. And it sounds like a wailing ghost that like passes by you. Oops, I nailed that. And you hear, why? Why did you kill my children? You're insignificant. You come into my area. You're not even worth stepping upon you. Why would I even give you a death? You hear a voice come from the clock tower, on top of the clock tower. Now, inside the clock tower, you haven't been yet, but there's a stairwell to the top. And the top portion of it unlatches and goes up a bit with a little bit of energy that's still left in Criswalla. And you hear Sheldon yell something. But it's unintelligible as you look back and you see that the tower is moved. And then the dragon says, we had an understanding. We could eat, and we would let you pass. But now you have gone back on your word. You will now need to give me retribution. Criswalla again yells out towards, again not being able to hear, and then the tower falls back down, closes the top part of the tower, and you hear somebody coming out with a group of people, bodies essentially, dragging bodies out and putting them in a pile. And then you hear Sheldon, here you go! Hopefully this doesn't happen again, I'm sorry! And you hear the voice as a large thunder crackles through, It is acceptable. And with another lightning crash to the ground, the figure of this dragon disappears, but so is the bodies in the pile with a gust of wind breeze through the entire town. And you guys have the floor.
So, just so that I understand, so the bodies of the dragons or the bodies of the families?
The dead bodies of the gnomes were all put in a pile, and now there is no pile.
Oh, that's dark.
But
The dead bodies of his family, essentially, right?
yeah. So, the
Well,
bodies of the
this
dragons
is
are
when you need to
still-
be asking these questions in character.
Oh, in character. Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry. Oh, that was messed up. I think now we best start cleaning up, doing something.
Okay.
I don't even know what to do after that, dude.
Everybody's kind of just slack jaw at that point.
Up, man.
100%.
Yeah.
So I'll move us forward here a second. Sheldon will come over to the group of you as you are all just kind of seemingly stunned,
Yeah.
visibly and audibly.
So, I didn't really tell you about the other half of the situation. So normally these storms, we send up flyers in order to keep the dragons away from the package, because they like to eat anything that's in the storm. Never had them attack us before, so that's kind of new. And obviously that's horrible, but the idea was we never were going to kill any of the children. But since we did, we made a deal with that storm dragon, and if we had ever killed any of them, we would have to give him food, which was gnomes, because he wanted flesh. So as soon as we killed one, I knew, but we didn't have a choice. Like, we had to defend. Either the children were going to kill us, but that wasn't like... I'm sorry I wasn't upfront with you guys. But this is the business that we're in. They've never attacked us before. That's new. But I'm personally scared of that dragon. Gives me the shivers. He would easily just wipe us out, but for whatever reason, he allows us to do it.
I'm sorry that we brought this on your city.
We kind of bring it upon ourselves. It's part of the business. We don't have another way of getting our stuff into the other dimensions. But, we try. I guess if we weren't being chased all the time, maybe we could find a better way, but this is the way it is right now. I'm going to attend to my families, and I didn't give them all the bodies because that would be sad. But we need to bury them before he figures that out, because if he thinks that we kept some bodies away from him, then it'd be bad.
What would you guys like to do?
So Bruce is going to see if he can help Sheldon in any way he can. Either pick up and help people that are alive, dig through the rubble, look for survivors. Whatever I need to do to help.
There's a lot of bodies. Hopefully the storm passes, we can actually start hearing some of the cries. There's got to be people in the rubble. If you could go down into the mine shaft and see if anybody needs help down there, that'd be great.
Right, on it.
Anything? Okay. Anything? Okay. I guess everybody's just helping, or are you guys just hanging out? You guys are generally helping?
Yeah.
I just want to take a long rest.
Okay, everybody's helping. Okay. He asked all four of you to go down with him to go down into the mine shaft itself. And as you guys go down to the mine shaft, you find a lot of the families are down there. There's a lot of children who are still there. There's not as many dead as you thought, as there's around 15 people down here. So the numbers don't add up. The amount of bodies that were put on the pile and the amount of people that are down in this mine shaft do not add up.
I think you pulled a fast one, guys.
So, I want to point that out.
Yeah.
You guys spend your time down here. We're going to say about 12 hours pass as you guys are helping and things of that nature. and the day comes to the storm passes. Let's put it that way. And I'm going to go ahead and stop this, and I'm going to go back to just the regular forest. So the 12 hours passed, and you guys come back up. You're tending to people. You're helping clear rubble as rubbles fell down. And what would you guys like to do?
So I think that I would like to go talk to Sheldon and get to the bottom of whatever
Sure.
agreement.
Yeah, I want to do the same. Yeah.
Okay, go talk to Sheldon.
Yeah.
Sheldon's going to come to you guys, and he's just covered in grease, and starts, before you guys even talk to him, he throws something to you, Bruce.
Oh.
It's a metal clasp, about yay big, about that thick, about a couple inches thick, and he throws that to you.
Hey, I know you asked me for this a while ago, and I'm sorry it took me so long. I put it together between, like, helping everybody. Class that on your axe.
Oh. So I clasp it on my axe.
Now repeat after me into the clasp.
All right.
Shim sham,
Shim Sham.
blim blam,
Blim Blam.
walla walla, bing bang.
Walla Walla Bing Bang.
Oh, that was just fun to hear.
Oh,
No,
okay.
just it's stupid. It's a class. It's not gonna listen to you.
Now he throws you another class, and it's a circlet, but it's thinner,
Yeah.
and it's made of steel.
When you put that on your arm, it's never gonna come off. So pick an arm.
Oh, okay.
Left hand. Yeah, you clasp it on your left hand, and when you clasp it, it sizes itself perfectly to you, and it doesn't feel like it's hurtful by any means. And then it extends about 4 inches down the arm and becomes a bracer.
Yeah.
Come outside.
All right.
Now throw your axe.
And as you throw it, when you put out your arm,
Now put out your forearm really quick.
and you put it out like a shield,
Right.
and the axe starts to whip back around, and then the bottom of the hilt hits on the plate and wraps it around and brings it back into your hand.
All right. This is awesome.
All you have to do is you make that motion, and wherever it lands, it's gonna come back. That's the best I can do for you.
Hey, Sheldon. You all right? Thanks, mate.
No problem, man. I wanted to give you something since you helped us. Thank you.
Anytime.
Then he's going to basically go back to his tinkering. But when he's going back to his tinkering, everybody give me... Is everybody there? Is everybody hanging out with him for the most
Yeah.
part? I would say so. Everybody give me a perception check real quick. DC of 15.
9 miss.
Yeah, miss.
Nobody?
Nobody gets it.
You're gonna have to give
You
it to
see
us.
nothing,
Yeah.
and nothing is going
Man.
on, and everything is fine.
Sure. What you see is that you were all distracted by this cool toy that Bruce just got, but you did hear a thud, and then he kind of turns around and he picks something up and puts it in his back pocket. It looked like a book.
Oh.
And then Sheldon's going to go back to tinkering a bit and kind of look back at you guys and be like,
Hey.
Can I help you?
What's that book, Sheldon?
Yeah, hi. What? We need to talk,
What do you mean?
mate. Come here.
There's tons of books in here.
The one in your pocket.
Oh, it's just my diary.
Sheldon.
greatest RP moment I think we've had yet.
Okay, we're good.
Good.
I was trying to, like,
good.
Steve is trying to file that away for, like, later, oh, that's good to know, without sounding like I'm definitely going to steal that. So just,
Oh my god.
That was good. That was good. He just goes,
Hey, so I gotta be upfront with you guys. I don't really know what's gonna happen to Petrol. Jax always takes the package through to our guy. I don't even really know the name of the guy, to be honest. They use a different name every time. I don't know if it's like a company or like somebody just messing with me or something, but within one day, they send money back through. Normally.
Through another store.
Well, it appears. I don't understand the magic.
Does Jax appear?
Well, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Are
It
you
is-
telling me that Petrol will not ever come back?
No. Well, I mean, if he stays inside, they're gonna open up the crate and see petrol. And we just made this robot, and I don't know why you guys sent a dangerous robot who is stupid strong to go. I don't know what's gonna happen.
Because somebody's stealing your stuff.
Right. But why would you send the one thing that probably would be the worst thing to send, like the robot that doesn't understand why you're trying to send it through?
We explained it pretty clearly.
Didn't you say that he was just gonna like snatch and grab? Was that the words?
Yeah, the guy who's stealing.
The guy.
That's
Yeah.
what we said.
Or thing.
Really confused. I don't even understand that plan. Well, I tell you what, we'll find out. If something appears out in the courtyard within a day, we'll know it went well.
You better hope that he comes back.
You and I need to talk.
Oh. Sheldon, real quick.
Yeah.
This whole dragon thing, mate. What's going on here?
Well, I just told you. We had a deal with the storm dragon to allow to harness his energy in order to make the portal so we can send it interdimensionally.
And you feed it your family.
No. If we kill his children, which we killed all three, that we just
Fair enough.
that if we killed him, there would be retribution to pay. And we've never killed him before because we've never had to. That's why the flyers keep the dragons at bay, and then the dragons just get tired and they go back up. They've never attacked before.
I'm not the greatest of math, mate, but there was more people downstairs than it looks like you gave a big pile of dead bodies, and I don't think that math adds up.
Well, you're not wrong.
Did you just trick the dragon?
Well, I mean, a bag of blood's a bag of blood, right?
Oh, crap. Are we all going to die?
Well, I don't think so.
Not
I mean-
reassuring, Sheldon.
Well, let me tell you this. I was going to feed a dragon my family if I didn't have to. But, you know, you can make that decision when you're running your own town and your own people. That's cool. I had a backup of, we've been making a few flesh bodies, just basically dummies full of blood, some meat stuck in there. But he didn't seem to care. If he did, he'd probably be back killing us right now.
Can I insight check Sheldon, first of all?
Absolutely.
If they've ever... First of all, like...
You get one thing out of an insight check.
Okay, I want to know if those dragons have ever attacked before.
Okay. Insight check of, I need at least a 17.
I rolled a 17.
Nice. He's being truthful. They have not attacked before.
But the plan worked.
I think we need to find a new way for you to get your money, because this seems like a very dangerous.
Well, that'd be great. But, I still have the Senate after us, so that's not cool.
The Senate.
Well, maybe there's some more I didn't really lead up to.
Mate, I think we all need to have a little
How about we-
fireside chat here right now.
How about we do this? I'll tell you about the Senate. If, I need to have a conversation, it's kind of pertinent. We didn't have this before the robot comes back. Yes? No?
Listening.
Okay. And then he kind of looks at you three like, private conversation? Come back later?
All right.
Everyone out.
Bye.
And it's purely because he wants to have a conversation with you. Do you guys step outside real quick?
We
I'm gonna
step
go to
outside.
bed.
You're going to go to bed? Okay. You're going to go and you're going to obtain a long rest by going to bed?
I am also going to go. Steve
Sure.
is tapped,
There's really
man.
not that much place. People are sleeping down the mine for safety, just in case.
That'll
So
work.
if you're going to do that, you're going to go down to the mine.
That'll work.
Okay.
Bruce is gonna find an alley and just fucking lay on the floor.
Yeah, there's not much of an alley,
doesn't
so
care.
yeah, you just pretty much lay on some rubble and pass out. Yeah.
Okay, so you remember how I said I was going to make a second one? I can't really do that.
No, why not?
Well, so you remember the core that you breathed all your stuff into? And it turned the color and does the thing? Well, I kind of found a couple years back while we were mining, I kind of found a relic. And I infused the relic with some stuff. I'm not going to really say because it's some crazy stuff. But I didn't know what it was, and when I infused it, it couldn't come unfused. So then I said, well, that'd be great for an automaton. Let's just Throw it in there. I'm a crazy scientist. You know, I want to do it. And I'm worried that Petrol's more alive than you or I think. He's learning too fast, and he's starting to think for himself. Did he tell you he had dreams?
Yet, what was extra book that you put in box?
It was a how to talk to strangers book. But in the back, it was a message from me, if I'm being honest, to not kill Archibald.
I'm trying not to look at Voquis.
Oh, we're not here.
That's our contact. And to be honest, I don't want the robot who doesn't know his own strength to accidentally kill him. He's the only way that we get our stuff.
This might present problem for rest of group.
Well, I hope not.
We are familiar with name.
How are you familiar with Archibald?
It is long story, and I am very tired.
Well, that's disconcerting. Well, as long as Snatch and Grab goes very well, it doesn't put him in a box and then he dies in teleportation or something. Whatever that crazy robot's gonna do. But okay, that's besides the point. I'm worried that the robot's becoming sentient, and that could be a really big problem. Because, quite frankly, the cube I put inside of him, I don't know what that does.
I would have tongue straightened. Present point, and tell me plan.
We need to remove the box from his chest.
Yes, but we do not know where he is or how we get him back.
He won't survive. If we remove it, it's probably for the better. Let me put it this way. Have you
Sure.
ever thought of a robot that became sentient and then could learn magic?
Seems like a pretty good sidekick to me, actually, but...
He already knows things that I didn't even know he could do. He healed you through something I've never seen before. That's a pretty big problem in my book.
Yeah, I would agree.
I don't know how dangerous he is, but I need to remove that core so that he doesn't become stronger. And maybe on the second time, we can control him.
So we need to get to Petrol, yes?
Well, I mean, I think Petrol's going to come to us. If I had to bet, he'll show up.
So I think
As long as Archibald doesn't die.
we are in agreement then. We shall remove cube and try better next time.
Don't touch the cube. I don't know if that comes like as a problem. Well, one of my assistants did, and I didn't realize it. I always use gloves, but when he touched the cube, his soul got sucked inside. So don't touch the cube.
Okay, so how do we remove cube?
You can't use. Just don't touch it. That's all you gotta do. Just don't touch it with your hands. It's glowy. It was like yay big, so it's kind of small.
Okay, so when Petrol gets to us, what do we need to do?
Well, I don't know. How do you capture a robot? You know, we gotta capture him. So I don't think about it, and then when it comes to it, we'll just get to a plan.
All right, so we need to snatch Petrol this time.
That'd probably be a good idea.
All right.
Why are we... We're gonna make Balrog Old Yeller Petrol? What the... What?
Born out of necessity, Steve.
This is horrific.
All right, so you guys are done talking. You guys go get a long rest. Go ahead, heal up full. Yeah, we're gonna pass. We're gonna pass exactly 19 hours forward.
So waking up at sunrise?
Yep.
Perfect.
So
I would like to wake up before everybody.
Sure, absolutely.
And I would like to start a breakfast, and I would love to have Oscar there with me.
What are you cooking for breakfast?
Ostrich eggs.
She just ruined it. God, Voquis, come on.
One.
That was the point.
That was actually your name, Voquis. You said
Oh.
Voquis.
That's what I would like to do.
Oh, okay. You cook his children in front of him.
Yeah.
Is it ostrich eggs or is it ostrich egg? I feel like you'd need a big pan.
Well, my biggest question is, how did you get the ostrich eggs? Did you have these?
It's just the joke. I don't know.
Is
I-
Well,
Oscar
no,
a girl?
I was really going to.
You're going with this.
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
It was
Can
going to be
Can the
funny into
spectral
which
ostrich have eggs?
it was so that was going to be the thing. Like it was going to be a very large egg, but then when you crack it open,
Sure.
blue ethereal mist would come out.
Oh. My mind didn't go that way. I literally thought of you like flipping on a griddle, and there's this horrific look in Oscar like.
He's young. He doesn't understand what I'm doing.
Sure, you're making an ostrich egg that you've pulled out of somewhere, and all of a sudden you crack it, and a blue ethereal comes out of
Love
it.
it.
And then you look at him, and he's like, whoo! Like, wipes his ethereal brow. Sure, that makes sense.
All right, perfect.
Do you disseminate any information to the group? Is that
Not at this point.
okay?
Not
Thank
at this
you.
point.
Yeah. Anything you guys want to do at this point?
So Bruce wakes up in the alley, and there's 2 rats going at it on his chest because he just slept outside.
Oh,
That's
that's
kind of a weird monster.
Is that
and
a-
he goes, "Oh, might I let you finish? But I got stuff to do."
that's.
It just kind of brushes the rats.
Are
off.
you just hairy? Were they making a home in
Yeah.
your chest?
Yeah,
like,
my chest there,
what?
yeah.
What is happening right now?
Yeah, so he just gets up out of the trash and just.
That feels
Just-
like a weird old wives' tale bad omen. Like,
Yeah.
if wake up to 2 rats fucking on chest, you will have bad day.
Bad day. If a green morning night. What? That doesn't make sense. If rats make love on chest. Why
Bruce
is,
is used to sleeping in alleys. He doesn't.
You
care.
think this is bad neighborhood?
oh, that's messed up. Okay, you're waking up, having
Yeah.
a great morning.
Yeah.
Steve, anything? Voquis, anything? As you guys are waking up.
I just wanna stay asleep for a really long time. I
Sure.
wanna sleep in.
You sleep up to the 19th hour.
Yeah. I want someone to come and like wake me up.
I'll
Be
wa-
like,
I'll wake
"Voquis,
you up."
Where's
Okay.
Voquis?
I'll wake her up.
Like,
Yeah. There starts to begin a clamor in the middle of the area. If you give me a perception check.
Oh, are you kidding me?
8.
Okay.
That's a nat 1.
Oh my. You guys are killing it today
Yeah.
with these rolls.
15.
15.
5.
You were able to notice more than 15 people are out here. More than 15 gnomes.
There are more than 15 gnomes out here.
By just a pure perception, that's all you see. You're like, oh, there's a group of gnomes. But there is a giant box in the center of
Oh.
the town, and it is made of iron, and it's just sitting there.
Is there someone talking about like a hive mind god on a soapbox
No,
by chance?
there's
Okay,
none of that.
I figured I'd ask.
Yeah, I mean, that's
Okay.
smart. I mean, there's still rubble everywhere, but there's just a box now in the center. And like everyone is gathered around, and Sheldon brings over a little ladder and gets up on top. And he then starts jumping up and down. Do you guys go over there?
So
or?
Bruce walks over to kind of see what's going
Yeah.
on. Oh, hey, what's going on over here?
Hey, big guy, can you press this button? I don't weigh enough. And he's jumping up and down
Oh, on a
on
button?
basically a giant red button.
So I just take my fist. And just
Yeah, you first you punch through him. And,
Voquis is standing 60 feet back.
okay.
I remember this. I'm glad I remembered it before you did. I'm going to put those things back on my wrist so I don't kill anybody in the town square.
I was wondering if you're going to. I was gonna let this be extra gloomy. Yeah, you put your circlet back on and you feel the energy drain again.
Yeah.
So I smash the box.
Sure. What are you doing? Are you there with everyone?
I'm watching him.
Okay, yeah. You smash the box, you press the big button, and Sheldon goes, ow, ow! And he jumps off really fast, and the top unfurls just like a box would, just kind of all the sides drop. And you see a bag of money, a petrol sitting, and then 2 bodies
Oh, no.
in sacks. That's the best way I can put it.
So Bruce walks up and opens the sacks to see who's in there.
Petrol
Oh,
goes-
what's in here, mate? What you got?
Petrol looks at all of you. Hello.
Oh, hi, Petrol. How's it going, mate?
It goes well. Petrol's wearing a cape.
You're a
I would like to
superhero now.
point that out. The cape is like Doctor Strange level cape. The collar's
no.
up. It's wavy. It's red in nature.
Does
Hi,
it look
friends.
familiar?
I am terrified, right? Not like Steve is not. Alex in the meat
Yeah.
space
Yeah.
is
Oh.
petrified.
So Bruce opens up the first sack. What do I see?
Okay,
Oh.
so he goes. Petrol goes. Ooh, that was number 1. You said snatch and grab. I found 2.
Oh, all right. Oh,
But that
are they
one's dead.
alive? Oh, no. Are both of them dead?
Oh no,
Oh, well, that's good.
that one attacked me. That was very bad.
Listen, Petrol, we would ask you not to kill anyone else, all right?
Well, correct. But I'm learning.
Oh, yeah, I agree.
And quite frankly, I don't have to listen to you.
All right.
And he's been sitting with his feet kind of like in front with his arms latched around the front, and he begins to stand up, and you see that his legs are not stone. They are but of this metallic actuators and of a nature you've never seen before. It resembles the chest that where the stone was around, but now there is no stone where the legs are.
Oh, Mike, what happened to your legs?
A friend helped me.
A friend.
Yes, I make them from time to time. Your books helped me quite a bit, especially the one Sheldon gave me about interactions.
Right.
I made friends. I found the people. Did I do a good job, Master?
Petro, I think we need to have conversation. Do not like Bruce. He is not sharp as sickle and shed. Who is the one that is dead?
I have no idea.
His name?
No idea, Master.
We shall move on to number 2 then.
That's fine. He came at me with a knife. He said I was easy peasy. He stuck me. I killed him. I didn't know what else to do, so I ran.
What is in other bag?
Oh my God! It's like the end of 7. What's in the bag?
It's the person you said to snatch. He said, "Are you here from Criswalla?" I said, "Yes." I gave him what was in the box. He seemed very happy. Then he was put in bag, and then I found my way here.
Please open the bag.
Did he have
This is
name?
Kate. Please open the bag.
Archibald.
Oh, you brought Archibald in the bag, mate.
And he is alive?
Absolutely. You said snatch and grab. And as you hear that, the bag's like kicking around.
So Bruce walks over to the
Get
bag.
get me
opens it up.
out of this bag
As soon-
immediately.
As soon as Voquis hears that, she runs and opens the bag and is like hugging and crying.
Yeah, I imagine you're just like ugly crying at this
Oh,
point.
yeah. Oh,
And
yeah.
Archibald looks at you and says, "Get off of me."
Is he elf or is he?
It's in a form you haven't seen yet.
Do I recognize his voice?
No.
So you ran over there for nothing.
For nothing.
But
You
he said
open-
Archibald.
You open the bag, and what you see is a human who is blonde hair, has no features of Archibald, and a voice you do not
But
recognize.
He's blonde.
He is short blonde hair, human.
Still hugging, still crying.
Okay. He just, please get this woman off me. This is, get me out of this bag. Who's the owner here? And he sees Petrol. He goes, please stay still. Ah! And he just starts to like get out of the bag and starts to run away a bit. Does anybody like stop?
Yeah, so
Archibald? No, he's. I'm grappling him.
Okay. Yeah. He's get this strange woman off of me, please. What's going on? Please tell
everybody
me.
calm down here.
Okay,
Everybody
give
calm
him some
down.
space.
Put me in a bag. What's going on? Please stop holding me. This is so strange. Who are you? You're so furry though.
Yeah.
Oh, this is
Can I
nice.
cast Dispel Magic?
Can you what?
Cast Dispel Magic. I want to get him in his original form.
Sure. Okay. You're going to have to give me. It's going to be a high DC. You can absolutely try it. You're gonna have to tell me what level, and it's going to be at disadvantage because you're grappling. You're gonna have to let go of him if you're going to cast Dispel Magic.
So while this is happening, Bruce walks over. Oh, so Balrog, I think we got a problem with your metal buddy over there.
It would appear that way,
Oh,
Bruce.
so I can't.
What are we gonna do?
I know because of Firbolg you can do Dispel Magic,
I
but
can do Detect Magic as far
Oh,
not
that's right.
Dispel.
so Dispel Magic, it's still like a spell to cast. I don't.
Right.
It's not going to be like a Dispel Magic.
Right, no. I'm just gonna be like,
let's
after
do
that,
this.
I'm like, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay. That's just what I'm gonna do.
Okay, yeah. Crazy lady holding me, please stop this.
I'm just gonna be like, it's okay, Archibald, it's okay, Archibald, it's okay. Archibald.
That's my name. Thank you. Who are you people?
Like, it's Voquis, it's okay, it's okay.
Yeah, I don't know you. Please stop.
I'm not gonna stop.
Okay. You were going to continue. He's going to try to. I'm going to say a play. Oh, okay, he does not.
Yeah, that's not. I wouldn't roll that one. It's not.
Yeah, he
balanced at all.
continues to be grappled. So you've got Archibald being grappled right now, and Sheldon going over the big bag of money. And I'm talking big. We're talking like $50K worth of gold come out of this. And he goes,
Okay, something's wrong. This is not nearly what I was expecting. Where's the jewels?
and looks over at Petrol, and Petrol goes, this is what they gave me. Was that not what I was supposed to do? I thought this would be extra. And he,
Well, yeah, that'd be great, only because the fact that there's, like, nothing here. We said 3 boxes worth. There should be, like, 2 million in this.
I only sent, so did I do something wrong? And he's just yelling at Petrol at this point. Like,
Yes, you did something wrong. You put him in the bag. That wasn't the plan. You screwed us out of a ton of money.
You should probably stop him, Balrog.
and he just goes, I don't understand. I fulfilled the thing that you asked me to do. I did a good job. My master said I did a good job. Why are you yelling at me? Please stop yelling at me. And he's just going to continue to berate him.
All right, so Bruce is going to walk over and just, Sheldon might, I think we need to talk for a minute.
Man, don't touch me. This is my livelihood.
Right, but...
My entire people, this is what's going to happen. We now don't have enough money to do what we need to do. Now we have to do it all over again. This is all your guys' fault.
Well, that's fair. We'll help you. But let's not talk to the giant killer robot like that. Just in case you
What
lose
do you
your
mean,
shit.
killer robot?
Bruce, please shut up.
All right.
Let me handle the situation.
I was only defending myself.
Petrol,
Do-
just stay put. We need to have another conversation yet again with Sheldon.
By the way, Master, the MDP knows who you are.
What's an MDP?
The multi-dimensional police. I ran into them.
Oh, shite.
They know who we all are. They had posters at the Four Plates Inn.
We will handle that later. Right now, we have to press for situation in front of us.
You weren't very pretty. Haha. Trying not to.
Oh, I like Petrol. He's a good mind.
Steve looks very strange. They have him at 7 feet tall. He's so small in real life.
Did you see
I
Thandrin?
fixed his picture. I gave him a mustache.
Petrol, did you see Thandrin?
Who?
Thandrin. Guy, dwarf,
No.
galaxy skin.
No.
Did you see the bartender?
No, I ran because they started asking me questions. I didn't use the door because it was the fastest route of the inn. They have a whole...
Yeah, they do. It's a really cool place. I've been there. I'm still.
You've been there.
Yeah, it's a really cool place.
Well, they did have your picture on the wall, as they do all of yours. But they have different amounts against all of you. They said you abandoned your posts, and that the Waterdeep police was looking for you for being pirates. Your bounties are only 400,000.
Well, I am insulted.
But Voquis, your bounty is very, very high.
That we abandoned our post?
No, not you, us. She's talking about us. Remember the pirate thing and we were police and all that jazz?
What did it say about my picture?
It said, very wanted. 4 million dead or alive. MDP.
You're worth $4 million.
You are blamed for the disappearance of all of Waterdeep.
Oh, shite.
If you want to roll, for him to escape, my grip is, super weak on Archibald.
He doesn't. He actually really enjoys it at this point. The fur, he's snuggling.
Okay.
He's snuggling you. I wonder how long she won't notice. It's getting a little creepy at this
They're
point.
holding us responsible for what happened in Waterdeep. That's not
I don't
good.
know what that means, but
it's before
you
your
were
time,
pirates. I would really love to hear that story. And you destroyed Waterdeep. That's impressive. That's a city.
Sheldon, does robot have off switch?
He looks over at you, and the shutter begins to close, but stops when he looks at you.
Yeah,
Instead
like
of
he's-
clacking, he just kind of... and then opens slowly back up, and he goes, off switch. I read about that in the manual. It seems to be that I don't have one.
Of course.
I'm sorry, Master.
Wait
Do
a
I
minute.
displease you?
You have your manual.
Yes, that is also what Sheldon gave me.
Oh, Sheldon.
Sheldon just, slinks away, oh, no.
Sheldon, you're not going anywhere.
He slowly steps away. Sheldon then kind of says,
X-Day on the Capture A, please. We got lots to talk about. Can we go, over there?
I think that's a good idea.
All right.
Can I come, Master? I'm excited to see everyone.
Nope.
The kids are starting to clamor around as they see, and they're all checking out his cape and everything else. Everybody give me a perception roll. Hopefully you guys get something here.
Oh boy.
Oh, boy.
Nat 20.
Wow.
11.
15.
15 and that 20. 15, you two do not notice this. Voquis and Balrog, you do not see this. But Steve, you notice that there is no wind currently, but the cape still moves as if there was wind. On a nat 20, you see that there is an eyeball in the very, very back where the collar is, and it closes and opens from time to time. That's what you see.
Oh, hey, mate, Petrol, come on for a minute, mate.
He's just kind of, yeah.
Where'd you get that kick-ass cape, mate?
Well, a guy said, if you give me some of that gold, I'll give you this cape.
Oh, buddy. That's, what did this guy look like?
A man who had a cape on, which was this cape.
All right. What else did he look like? What did his face look like? Was he ugly?
He was an ugly man.
Okay.
Haha, kind of like Balrog's picture. Haha. He was a Dragonborn.
Oh, he's a Dragonborn.
He
All
was.
right. And you gave him some of the gold.
I gave him 1.5 million of the gold, as he requested.
Petrol, mate, you really boned us on this one, buddy. It's not your fault.
What
fault.
does boned mean?
Oh, well, so you messed up, right? And boned means you messed up.
The color begins to go to the shade of magenta.
Yeah.
A slight shade of magenta in the chest, and his demeanor kind of slinks a bit, and his head starts to lean forward, and he goes, I am sorry.
Oh, it's all right. It's all right. Grab his shoulders. It's all right, mate. It's our fault. We didn't explain it very well what you wanted you to do.
He looks over at your hand on his shoulder,
Yeah.
and again, the shutter gets close, like it's struggling, and then goes back a bit, and he goes, thank you.
No worries. All right. So I'm going to turn around and walk over to, I guess Steve, or not Steve, but Balrog is over there talking to Sheldon, correctly?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's going to go on. What do you two want to do? You're still hugging this dude.
I'm cuddling with him.
Okay, yeah. Now he has like fully grasped you. He's kind of like crying a little bit.
Me too. Yeah.
This is getting weird. I'd like to roll Arcana to see if I know anything about this freaky cape.
Yeah, absolutely. Roll Arcana. DC is 18.
Steve just watching them snuggle.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to use a new thing I have.
Is that called inspiration?
It's called Tides of Chaos, so I get to do that again.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, you're correct.
Okay.
Okay. No, I fail like super hard.
Okay. Yeah. Your energy sense, the tinglings of your body is telling you that cape is alive.
Oh.
And that cape has power that you personally have never come across as far as the school of magic.
I really want Steve to get the cape.
I mean, you can make that happen, Balrog. You can do that.
Don't look at me.
So,
okay, so I want to make sure that you're done before we move on.
Yeah, I don't think I have anything else I
Okay,
can do here.
we've done yours.
yeah.
What do you want to do, Voquis, with Archibald, who's in your arms?
I want to continue to cuddle and cry.
He, you know what? Yeah, he is going to embrace you, and there's just a little bit of awkward touching. He's just like slowly caressing your back. And he's just he's been through a lot. Obviously, it's not out of like a weird sexual fantasy. It's like this is nice. It reminds him of something kind of like, aw, this is nice.
Yeah.
How long do you want this to go on?
I don't know.
I want it to stop.
Okay, in all seriousness, this is what happens. You guys have embraced for way too long. And I need you to give me, at disadvantage, a perception roll, which you are going to be rolled against.
A
My God, don't even
Hold on,
matter.
hold
It was
on,
a
hold
nat
on.
20.
Okay, I rolled a 2.
Yeah.
So.
So the hugging continues.
Cool.
Oh, this is. I'm not gonna
people
lie.
are
This
like-
episode is going to be. There is some. Woo!
What's great is like they're in the middle of town square, so there's people like shuffling their kids away.
Yeah,
like,
I mean,
all right.
there is people who are like, I'm not quite sure what's going on, but our children shouldn't see this. And then one like old man goes, "Well, Sonny, that's the birds and the bees right there. If you tell me what I'm saying, you know, see what he does with. Oh, there it goes. See, it's moved too." Anyways, this is a teaching moment for everyone. Don't hug strangers.
Is Petrol watching this?
No,
thank
he's in conversation with Bruce during this. Back to you with Sheldon.
The good news is that 2,000 of my gold is still at Haven.
That's good. I'm glad all I heard about
That's
is
what you're
gold.
concerned with right now?
That's what Voquis is always concerned with.
Well, what about the interdimensional police department?
Yeah, that sounds like a problem, Voquis.
I mean, that's why Voquis is crying.
I don't think so.
Yeah, actually, that's why Voquis is crying.
Balrog,
Yes, sir.
you were talking to Sheldon.
Yeah.
You have the floor.
What is meaning of all of this?
Well, the meaning is your robot, I do mean your robot, because you messed up in the first place, has now stole or messed up all of my gold. This means that we have to move Chris Waller and mine and do this all again, which means all of these dead people and these buildings are for nothing. I want you guys out of here. You've done nothing but help us up until this point. But now, that's the strong point. The MDP is on your guys? I had no idea you were that hot. That's not a good deal with us. We already have to deal with our stuff with the Waterdeep police. We don't want to deal with the MDP. This is bad. You're bad for business at this point. I will do my best to have you guys shuffled, but I would like you to go.
What's your response to that?
So I would say, is there any way we can come to understanding?
You come up with the money that has been lost so that we can survive and rebuild.
No.
No? You can't come up with the money?
No, we...
You just asked me what, and I told you. What do you mean no?
He looks around really confused.
So, from our standpoint, we did what we had to do to get Petrol with the money.
Yeah, it seemed like a good plan. Was it part of the plan that you would take almost 2 million gold away from me? That was part of the plan. If we would have sent not the robot through, 2 million gold would have just appeared. Your robot is the problem.
But keep in mind, someone is shafting you.
I'm not going to say no against that. Someone definitely is. I'm going to have some talks with Archibald, for sure. But something's going on.
Right, that's what we were trying to help with.
Yeah, well, your robot stole almost 2 million gold.
Oh,
That's
gee,
the problem.
I thought it was your robot.
I just told you it's your robot. You were the one that said master. You stole that from me, too. You've done nothing but steal.
All right. So, on subject...
Hey.
On subject of Petrol, what are we going to do?
Yeah, see that, like, worst case scenario? It seems that something has happened. Yeah, we're in that worst case scenario.
All right, but you want us out. Do you want Ticking Time Bomb left with you? Or is he
He's
coming
going
with
with
us?
you. You can either, here's what I say. You can either get me the 1.5 million gold that I'm missing, or leave with the robot. But I'm not going to help you get rid of the ticking time bomb if you don't get me that money.
So
I
Bruce
feel
walks
like
up.
leave with the robot is a win-win personally, but
So Bruce walks up to your conversation, and I missed all that, but Bruce was talking.
Petrol's behind you. He's,
Oh, he's
following you
following
like a dog.
Oh, hey, Petrol, give me a little bit of spice, mate. It'd be real helpful.
He steps back 10 feet. Is that enough?
Can you still hear me?
Yes.
Well, it's
Petrol,
not
please
enough.
wait outside.
I am outside, Master. That's where you're standing.
Hey, I got an idea. Hey, Petrol, go bury the dead guy that you killed.
That's a good idea.
Yeah,
I'll say a few words.
you should.
Is the god Pan okay? I learned about it, and he pulls out a little brochure. I got this when I was in the town. A man gave it to me. I like his teachings.
Pantract.
Yep, it is.
Well, I don't know nothing about no gods or nothing, mate. Whatever you want to pray to, but we got to have this conversation. I need you to bury that guy.
Okay. And he's going to spend his time going over, like, get the body and find a spot outside of town and begin digging.
I have a question.
Sure.
Sorry.
Sorry.
But when I need to know.
By the way, I'm gonna retcon. It's not Pan God. I'm gonna pick anything else. I just did that.
Oh,
just to
okay.
see. That's all. That's all I did.
It made me happy.
It was just It was just a callback. Sorry. Pick any god. Any of the D&D gods.
Palor.
Palor.
Okay,
Palor
great.
is a Palor page. It was a PP. There we go.
Okay.